Who are the 5 best rappers of all time? Think about it. Dylon, 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 and Dylon. Because I spit hot fire.
All right, I had to play the Dylon thing because I ain't had a chance to do it in a while. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Citadel, the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Yes, we did start on time. Yep, that happened. But anyway,
wait for me to get here. Had to hurry up and start before I got here because you want to be on time, honey.
Yeah, but, but anyway, we have JB Says What. We have Scotty by Nature TV and Really Be TV. Want to say welcome to all of those who are in the chat. I am more than sure that we have a lot to talk about. I said during my review last night that I had something for Kyle, Dorit, Bose, and Sutton. I know Sutton didn't say much, but in her nothingness, I have a lot to say. But before I get into it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go first. But how do y'all rate the reunion? I give it a 3.
Oh,
I'm gonna say this: if we did not know that Garcelle had quit, and we didn't, and the trailer had not been about Garcelle, you know, like walking off and stuff, I probably would give it a 3 or 4 as well. But since for me, I wanted to go into this trying to figure out what happened, and I think I got a lot of answers last night. So for me, I'm gonna give it higher only because of that element. But yeah, just off of a reunion, yeah. I mean, Dorit lying, Kyle whining, Sutton quiet,
The same old.
being the mean girl, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of just basically what we get from them. But with that Garcelle element, yeah, it gave me a little bit more.
I'm gonna say a 4.
Okay. All right. And Scotty gave it a 5. So,
out of 10, that is.
Yeah. So I'm just finna hit some points before we get into the, meat and taters. So as I get through these couple of points, if y'all want to say something, I'm gonna pause if you want to jump in.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
So TMZ called Garcelle coming out the airport and pretty much says, so you and Kyle are good, huh? And she wants to know, are they? Okay. Kyle is asked about her double standards, and she says Garcelle, life and how, well, she gave us nothing, and Sutton, she gave us her little fashion line. I guess we're gonna wait to gobble them up later. Kyle brought.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Sutton gave us her fashion line. We saw one episode of a fashion show. Like, I don't think that's her giving us we saw her talk about it with her mother, and we saw one throwaway scene with her assistant. We didn't see her do anything. By that time, the line was done. So I wouldn't say she gave it to us. I would say we got it.
I about to say she gave us more with her mom and everything than anything, but nevertheless, Kyle brought crystals so she don't end up in the hospital like Sutton. Now, right here is when I'm like, Sutton, fuck you. Because the fact that she came for you, you ain't say shit, leads me to. Now I already knew the other heifers then sat down before, like they always do, and mapped out how they was going to traverse this reunion. But the fact that Sutton took that dart the way she did, okay. Erika's song was featured in the movie, and Garcelle said the most ironic thing that I'm like, well, wants them to have a photo of this reunion. I said, well, ain't that interesting?
I will say this because I try to be fair. And for as much as I'm on that fuck you, Erika train, I will say her song being in the film that won an Oscar, I do think that there's kudos for that.
You better than me.
Okay, so
it is what it. I mean, listen.
Congratulations to her.
I can still hate her. I can still hate how she performed and moved, and still feel like that's a big deal. It is. It's a big deal. But go ahead.
All right. So we are about to get into the beginning of this thing for all those who came in. Like I said, thank you, welcome. Like I said, y'all know we at the Citadel. This is what we do. Okay. Now, like I said, we give a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, I mean, we got some Bose in the cooler. We have Long Island iced tea on the dispenser, so you can make it however strong you want to. I got some Patron over there. I got some Douce. Okay, if you feeling it, I got some Henny. I got some Remy Martin. Okay, over there. Like I said, I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay. Now that expensive stuff, y'all can't touch that. That's for me. Okay, that's mine. But all that, y'all can have that. All right, we got different options and whatnot. All I'm gonna say is, if y'all start getting pissy drunk, I'm kicking y'all out. Because only one motherfucker be drunk up in here. This guy. So anyway, we start with Dorit's package, which I feel like they gave us more than what we needed to stretch this out into 3 parts. Because we ain't need all this.
I do know that she cried and stomped her foot and kissed a lot of Bose's ass to get that first seat. I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Bose was a plan, but we'll get to that later because I'm standing on that. Bose was a motherfucking plan. I was trying not to say it from jump, but no, this reunion proved. Oh, she was a plan, and she's only there to prove that Dorit is not a racist, in my opinion. But until we get there, so she's asked about if she regrets not telling her kids about, them being divorced or going through a divorce, even though they know about it, whatever. Sutton says, hindsight being 2020, she regret not telling her kids, but that's only because of transparency reasons. Now we find out PK declined to come and he provided a statement. Now the fact that he didn't come, PK is one of those husbands. He's like a Peter Thomas. He lives to be in front of that camera.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he wasn't there, that actually says a lot. Mm-hmm. Now, my question to y'all is, do I need to read this long soliloquy?
Yes, okay, please. Yes. Please read it. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Because, baby, when I say PK laid her ass out, she laid her ass out.
All right, hold on. Let me pull it up.
I'm here so I won't get sued.
You know what?
Okay, y'all. So this is what Paul Kemsley had to say. He says, I was invited to be, and what I'll do is I'll do what Really B did last night. I'm going to read some Paul's, and if we want to talk, we can talk about it. So he said, I was invited to be part of the reunion, but declined because I don't believe engaging with Dorit in this form will be constructive. Dorit has made several mischaracterizations about me, but the one that I must address is the claim that I am a bad father. Do y'all feel that was the most damaging?
I think it's telling that he didn't give a damn about the rest of what she said. Whether maybe what the rest of what she said was true. He said a lot that she said wasn't true, so now we don't know what was or what wasn't. Mm-hmm. But I think the fact that he wanted to clear up that he was a bad dad, he was a bad father, I think that said a lot about what's important to him.
I think this is a chess move for him, honestly.
Oh, most definitely.
That could be it too.
All right, so continues that the statement is both heartbreaking and false. It is deeply hurtful to me and, more importantly, to our children who, despite Dorit's assertion, will inevitably see and hear all of this at a time not of our choosing. Now, he laid that one on thick, even though we all know that. I'm like, uh-oh. My question is, do y'all think that he might try to use this as a way to get them kids from her to make her pay child support just to stick it to her?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't think PK interested in having them kids, but I do think that he's interested in coming out good in court. I don't think he's interested in having them kids at all.
But see, I wish he would have been here only because she did say a little later that he visits the kids on Saturdays if he's in town. Now, she ain't had shit to say immediately following what the fuck he said in this, statement, but had that to say. But I'm going to continue. He said, though, this is the part that got me. Those closest to us know the truth. Many have wanted to speak out, but I have asked them not to because the truth should never need a champion. Sir, put that on the t-shirt.
Yes. I love
But-
listen, I think I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt, baby, because the truth should never need a champion. I am here for it. Ooh, I'm so here for
I
that.
want to know who the friends are, because when I think I put in your chat last night, where is LVP?
That's what it was given to me was LVP and Ken.
Listen, it wouldn't surprise me if he's friends with them again, because he was friends with them, and like somebody pointed out in one of my comments, he was like, they were never friends with Dorit. They were friends with Dorit because they were friends with Ken. I mean with PK.
Okay.
You know, it's like, oh, you married so and so I'm cool with them because you're my friend. Yeah.
All right. He says, I refuse to stoke a fire I did not ignite. The Dorit I married would never have allowed this, much less caused it. The woman embodied kindness, integrity, and grace. I can only hope this version of Dorit finds her way back to the person she once was.
Maybe she got to find her original
my
face.
way back.
Now, in the words of Lanithia Moose Knuckle Links, that was a read.
It was. It was.
I mean, he got a. Now, part of me feels like it was a little bit of put on. The way that Dorit was up there acting is still making me feel like this is a scheme set up by Todd.
To come up with bullshit.
Ever so slightly. Ever so slightly.
At the beginning of this season, I thought that. I think it's real. But I also think that Dorit knows. I think it's very similar to the whole. Oh, wow. Damn. All right. I think it's very similar to the Kyle Mauricio thing, where I think it's been going on for a while. I think that him being overseas was very much so them and their marriage struggling. Even that scene last year where he had Kyle help have this surprise for her, and like she just complained the whole time, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I ain't gonna do nothing else for you. Like, I feel like their marriage has been in trouble for a while, so for her to pretend like this came out of nowhere and oh my gosh, it's just because he got sober. No, I think that was the nail in the coffin. But I think they've been having problems for a while. Hell, that might have been why he was drinking so much shit. I don't know.
I just want to say to somebody in the comments, stay off my Twitter, because I know what you're talking about, because I did just tweet something about DJ Academics on my Twitter. Stay off my Twitter.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go through some bullet points and pause. If y'all want to chime in, cool. If not, we just gonna breeze through this thing. A question was asked to her, was your glamour part of the contention? She says yes.
Bullshit.
Another question is he insecure?
I think the money she spent on Glam was.
That may be more true than just the Glam itself.
Well,
yeah.
Another question is he insecure about your fame? She says maybe. Another question. So it was pretty much when Kyle was saying that she haven't seen this side of PK and pretty much alluding to Dorit possibly being manipulative. The way that she provided that is almost similar to those Shmoosh victims.
I don't like it when people say stuff like that, because I feel like that discounts that person's story. And the thing is, you're not going to see that part of him because you're not necessarily friends with him like that. You're friends with
or living with him.
Right. Yeah. Or living with him. Like, I never sit up here and say to someone that, like, for instance, I remember there was this lady that used to live in the same neighborhood as us. And my little brother used to play, was friends with the son, and she was talking about how her husband was abusive to her and things like that, right? And every time I saw him, he was nice. He was very nice. He was always really pleasant. Never been, and I knew him before I knew that he was married to her. So what I saw of that person was not the person that she described. However, I wasn't going to say that she lied, because I lived in a house with a man that was abusive to my mother and us as children. But out in the street, if I told them he's an abuser at home, he's very manipulative. He's evil as fuck. But y'all only see him as a junior deacon at the church. But y'all don't know that he puts his hands on his wife and tries to put his hands on his wife's kids as well. And when you say that, they be like, "What? I never would have thought that's not the person I know. Of course it's not. You don't live with that person.
Yeah.
So they're only going to show you one thing. When they go home, you see everything when you at home. It's kind of like with the K. Michelle and Rashida thing. When K. Michelle said that Memphis put his hands on her, and Rashida in her baggage claim eyes chose to sit there and look at that woman in her face and say that that's not the person that I know. That's not what he did to you, all that stuff. And it wasn't even her husband. That was her fucking friend's husband. And years later, we look on Marriage Boot Camp and we see how he was treating Toya. So you can't be so quick to say that that's not the type of person that you know of, because it's not going to be the person you know. You're not friends with them and you don't live with them. I can't stand people that does what baggage claim eyes did to K. Michelle. I hate when people do that. So I just want to make that clear. So if you a prune and you have baggage claim eyes, I don't like you. Thanks.
I can't stand Scotty.
Oh my God.
But I agree. And good and damn well, let that have been her telling her story about something that happened with Mauricio and somebody discounted it. Oh my God.
So when Kyle went to, I guess, defend her comment, she says that calling him a bad dad and an alcoholic was the reason for her saying that, especially because he couldn't defend himself because he wasn't filming.
Right.
He did film. He had a whole scene with Mauricio where he filmed with Mauricio and he talked about her. So I mean, the fuck? If he had some, you know what I mean? Like he did.
I know. So then
kind of interesting that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying in that scene, what stuck out to me in that scene was Kyle defending the fact that he never said he was an alcoholic. He only said he stopped drinking. And I was like, oh, kind of like you did, Kyle. You never said you were alcoholic. You just said you stopped drinking. Huh.
Now I will say on the because I watched both versions, Peacock and the one that came on last night. Now on the Peacock version, they were talking about, she was saying to Dorit, basically the reason why she felt the way about this whole saying he's an alcoholic thing is because I guess she's now she's regretting what she did to Kim season 1 in the back of that limo when she called Kim an alcoholic.
Girl, don't be putting your baggage on me. Don't be putting your baggage on me.
Leave Rashida out of this. Scotty just dragged her for 2 seconds. Stop that.
Let me explain something to you. Georgia Prune gonna always get the smoke. I don't care if she marched for Martin Luther King or Black Lives Matter. She gonna always get the motherfucking smoke every single time. Her and her baggage claim eyes make her look like stress. Fuck her. It's gonna always be done.
Oh God.
So Andy asked,
y'all know that triggers me. Don't bring up Georgia Prune.
You brought up
again.
You brought her up.
Like you brought up. Talking about don't bring up that triggers him, and it was you.
Andy asked Dorit, how long has PK been sober? She says she can't discuss it as she's come to understand. Andy says, in a roundabout way, I'm gonna take it that he's back off the wagon. Okay, we got another. So then Sutton. Now here's the thing.
To be fair, that's not what Dorit said.
Oh no, it was. I think Dorit whole thing is she was trying to say I can't speak for him, so that's not for me to speak on because that can get murky. Andy just is taking it as okay, so he back on the sauce.
So can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So,
but it wasn't just Andy. The rest of the ladies said it too, and I was like, I don't think that's fair because that's not what Dorit said. Yeah, what Dorit said was the impression I got was that PK got pissed off when he watched the season back and saw her calling him an alcoholic to everybody that would listen. Like you walked up to Bose, you didn't even know that woman's first name and told her all about your husband who's an alcoholic. You went over to Kathy Hilton's house and told that woman he was a raging alcoholic. I think that's where that came from. I don't think that meant that he fell off the wagon or that he's not sober. And it kind of irritated me when that was the conclusion that they drew because I don't feel like that's what Dorit was saying.
I don't think that's what she was saying, but you know, her saying that, it leaves it up to everybody's interpretation of what she's saying, because she's not really being specific or clear. Like, hey, he told me we ain't having that conversation no more. Because you hear Eric over in the corner talking about, does that mean he's back drinking? And then you hear Bose said, I guess that do mean he's back drinking. And I know
Right.
Dorit heard them talking. Dorit could have said, no, that's not what that means. But I feel like with
I
Dorit
agree.
and PK, it's a game. I think they're both, you know, they know that they both know they're going to go for a divorce. They want to make each other look bad in court.
Oh yeah, I agree with you that Dorit was in no rush to try to clear it up, but I just feel like for them to jump to that conclusion, because when they said it, I was like, that ain't what I heard. Like it didn't even. Again, it didn't even occur to me to go down that road. And again,
Right.
They may know more than what we know, but I'm only basing it off of what I saw. And I was like, that's not what she said. She was just saying, I just took it as he cussed her ass out for talking about his alcoholism on camera. And so she was like, I can't say nothing. That's how I took it. But you're right. She could have cleared it up because I know she heard it and she chose not to. You're absolutely correct about that.
So here we have one of the many moments of Andy being shady, even though it went along with where he was going, but still being shady, because he asked Sutton, of all people, even though myself and Really B been saying from the beginning of this season, if it's no other fucking person who you need to talk to about going through a high profile divorce, you need to talk to Sutton. Really B, have you and I not said that?
Yeah. And I've been saying, I said that even going back to when Sutton first came on the show, and she offered her forensic accountant to Denise Richards, and Denise Richards got an attitude. I was like, what you mad about that for? This woman is saying, look, in my divorce, because we didn't know the monetary amount at that point, but we knew she owned baseball teams, and her ass was flying to Dolce and Gabbana and going to private fucking shows in their showroom. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm sorry. Clearly she did well in her divorce. And that was before we knew the numbers. So yeah, I 100%. Yeah.
So Sutton is asked what the forensics accountants will find. That was shady. Because again, Sutton isn't that close to Dorit to know, and she says she doesn't know, but she's worried about Dorit. Dorit feels that, you know, you must like someone and have compassion to worry about someone. Sutton worries about all women, and then Sutton asks her, okay, well, who name is on the mortgage? And Dorit doesn't want to answer it and gets all up in a tizzy. And Dorit, I don't think you get where she was going with this. So let's jump all the way back to Real Housewives of Potomac. Stacey. When Stacey set her ass on there and said, I didn't know there were accounts in my name. This is what Sutton is trying to allude to, that there are certain conversations that need to be had because of the simple fact you need to know where the money is coming from and where it is going and who name is on this. Now, if they written, okay, but still, you need to know these different things.
Even if it's renting, who's name is leasing? Even if they
because if it's in his name and he not paying, you can easily get booted. Like it's things such as this. And before and then I'll say, and then Sutton says she's asking because she was like, I was surprised in my divorce, I had 2 baseball teams. And she was even offering her assistance to Dorit earlier in the season, trying to make sure, because I don't think that Sutton really cares that much about her. I think she cares more about the fact that you have 2 young children, and I want to make sure that their lifestyles are not drastically changed because you're choosing to be
obtuse.
Yes, I was about to say something completely off the wall, but yes. So before we continue, because I know Really B finna school us with this next part, y'all got anything?
No.
All right. Well, Really B, I'm sorry, professor, educator, school teacher, Really B TV. Can you talk to us? Because you know, Dorit said that her house was in pre-foreclosure, but it's been resolved. Come on.
There's no such thing as pre-foreclosure. Pre-foreclosure is collections. Pre-foreclosure is you are late on your mortgage payment. There is On time, I'm paid up, I'm late, I'm in foreclosure. There's no pre to this shit, okay? And when she was like, well, PK said he wasn't calling until the interest rate, until because there was a change in the interest rate. I'm sorry, they don't have to call you when they change your interest rate before you make a payment because you still owe that mortgage. And that's in the paperwork. Now, I know when you buy your house, the paperwork is this thick. Trust me, I know. Had a cramp in my hand, but all that shit is in there. So when she said, well, he said he wasn't paying it until the people called him and they were like, well, that's how you lose a house. Well, they called and he paid it. Yeah, that was called collections. Collections called him and said, if you don't make this motherfucking mortgage payment, we're coming to get that house.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of that, you was doing all that talking, Dorit, you talking to people that don't fucking know. That's why she said you don't even know the name of the person. That's why she even asked whether your name was on the mortgage, because guess what? They'd have been calling you. How about that? Were they calling you? Because that's why they wouldn't have been calling you, is if your name ain't on that damn mortgage. Child. Yeah, I'm keep on not listening to Sutton if y'all want to. Even Erika told your ass you need to get yourself together. So even if you don't want to listen to Sutton, you could have listened to your friend Erika. She told you.
Okay. And the last thing that we find out is that PK only sees the kids on Saturday nights if he's in town. Okay. All I'm going to say is this, Dorit, if this is real, you better hope and pray that you still have a friend in Kyle and that Paul Kimsley is not her storyline and your storyline next season. The thing that Porsha from Atlanta is fearing, you better hope Kyle will actually pull that and have him on there every chance she get just to fuck with you. And JB had put me up on game on some things that were in the extended version on Peacock that wasn't what I watched last night, which is why I'm saying you better hold. Because again, Kyle is a whole ass Capricorn. I'm a whole ass Capricorn. I know how the fuck we are. If you think that Kyle isn't already plotting on your ass, you a fool if I ain't never seen one. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, she got to be because in the extended version,
talk to us.
I think a viewer asked the question of Kyle, did she think that Dorit did all this stuff to secure her job, basically, right? And Dorit's whole thing is you know some of the executives, so how could you come to that conclusion that I wasn't coming back when I had already, they had already asked her back? I was like, oh, and this explains a lot of stuff that we've been talking about, like with Kyle, like going back to them with the seasons that they didn't talk about their stuff. They good with them producers, and they get the producers to do their dirty work and not tell their story, so they go after other people like Vanderpump, Denise, like bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think that's the part that a lot of people either don't know or forget. This is Kyle's show. Just like Nene was the one that took Housewives to Bravo, and it was Nene's show until, just like who was the one just like Jen Shaw was the one that did the sizzle reel and took it to Bravo. Like, this is Kyle's show. So of course she knows the producers and the executives. It's her show. And that's another reason why she gets away with. That's why she gets away with what she gets away with as well, because it's her show.
Unfortunately.
And I thought it was Adrian Malouf that was behind this show.
No, it was Kyle.
Oh shit!
Remember, Kyle's a child actor. Of course, she knows these people. Like this is what she did. So yeah, I think a lot of people either don't know or forget that part.
Yeah, Dorit better watch her back.
But I just feel like if Val is not going to share her life like everybody else does, then Val should not have the luxury of being here if everybody else got to open up. But then again, everybody else ain't opening up.
I'm about to say Erika's not opening up.
And that's it. I don't know if we made it there yet, but it's just funny to see Erika sit there trying to tell somebody else that they don't open up.
Not yet, but you can talk about it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to hear her with her fake ass child. I just don't know. She just fake to me. But it's just funny to hear her talk about how somebody else don't open up about their life when all we seen from you this season is you trying to get a new house and put some furniture up in there. Like, we give a fuck about that. You the same person who thinks that somebody's life is supposed to be, supposed to be burned down like the damn wildfires in California. Everybody's life's supposed to be fucked up in order to be interesting. That's not fucking true. So
it wasn't Mary. It was Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw was the one that did the sizzle reel. She was the one that, because she got Heather in it. She invited Heather. It was Jen Shaw.
Still, it was her.
Huh?
I said, Lisa Barlow, tell her it was her that got the girls together for Salt Lake City.
Okay, anyway,
It was Jen Shaw.
we are so we are getting into my biggest disappointment of this season.
Oh, Lord.
Bose.
Bozo the clown.
So first off, I probably should have opened this thing up with, if you are a Bose fan, a Kyle fan, or Dorit fan, possibly even a Sutton fan, this probably ain't the review for you. But too late. So Andy says, you strike me as someone who does their homework. Did you watch the show? She said she did. And she said, watching the show, you don't know the intricacies of the relationships and everything, but that changes once you're on the show. And that's when I put in my notes, she was a plant. Because we all assume that she might have watched it. Huh?
When you say she was a plant, because you said that last night too. I don't know what you mean by that.
What I mean by that is production put her there for a specific, I believe that she was put there to pretty much take away those racist allegations from Dorit. Because if you watched the seasons before, of all of those, dare I say, white women for you to just automatically cling to, you cling to Dorit? Of all of them? And again, yes, Dorit was one with the storyline. I did say, like, a smart move is cling to the person with the storyline. But knowing that you watch this back, because I don't want to get ahead of myself, because the way she lined up Garcelle, I want to wait for that. But I just feel that she was put on there to kind of like remove those allegations to where you see, I'm good with this African-American woman or black woman, because, this black woman, but not that one over there. And then, like, that's why I feel that way.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think of it like that. I thought of it from the point of view of that just confirmed to me that Bose was very calculated in choosing to be friends with Dorit. One, because she knew that this probably was going to be Dorit's season, because she knew Dorit needed that storyline, but also too, because she knew that Dorit would be the one that she could easily manipulate. I feel like. So that's how I took it. But I never thought of it from that perspective. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think production cares enough about Dorit to care about rebuild. I mean, seriously, I don't think, if this were Kyle, maybe. I don't think they care that much about Dorit to rehabilitate her. Like, I don't. But that's just me. But I didn't think about, I never thought about that perspective. That's an interesting perspective.
It is.
Definitely, yeah.
And I can kind of see where y'all's coming from, because if you think about it, because she said in the reunion that she met up with Garcelle before they started filming.
We ain't there yet.
Well, I mean, it was going to your point, though.
Right, that's why I say we gotta wait, because I'm saying she lined her up. We gonna come.
Okay.
We gonna get there.
Okay.
Now, I was very apathetic about this, and I'm pretty sure I probably pissed people off. But we talk about Bose losing her house, and she was never given anything, so losing her home in that fashion was devastating, and there was a lot of attention put on it. But once the glitz and the glam and all that's gone, you're still left to pick up the pieces and deal with insurance and blah blah blah. I was very like, okay, and not that I didn't care, but in the grand scheme of what we had to talk about, I ain't feel like talking about that. But if y'all want to talk about that, floor is y'all's.
The only thing that I caught was when Dorit chimed in when she was trying to talk about her house. I was like, if you don't sit your ass over there and shut the fuck up.
Right. Because again, she just wants to remind everybody, this is my friend. We talk. That's all that was. That was her reminding everybody, we talk. I know these things. Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for Bose. Again, it's never, I'm sure it's never an easy thing to watch something that something that you worked hard for, that you built. She said that they had that house for 12 years. I'm sure there were a lot of memories there. And I'm definitely sure that it's very frustrating with the insurance company and stuff like that. I mean, from that perspective, yeah. I mean, I'm glad they didn't dwell on it. They brought it up, they acknowledged it, and then that was kind of that. Because
yeah, you don't want to dwell on something like that. I've been through a house fire before, and that's probably one of the most traumatic things that you could ever go through, to stand there and watch everything that you own and love burn up in your face.
Especially if that's your main property with pictures and memorabilia and like. So again, I get it. I'm just saying, for me, in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't trying to.
I knew they would bring it up because it happened. I knew it was gonna come up, but I'm glad that they didn't stay on it too long, because that's too traumatic to talk about. That shit happened. Like, that shit happened to me and my family like now 25 years ago, and that's still traumatic for me. That's why I don't like to cook on stuff. I don't like to deal with fires. I don't like fireworks. I don't like to light candles. I don't like anything dealing with fire because of that. So that's crazy to deal with. Like,
okay, so we get to Bose and her relationship, her fertility and everything, and her even not even low key, high key coming for the fans of them coming at her because she exposed something so personal with, her possibly losing her life again if she was go down this road. And my thing is, ma'am, you watch this show. I know. I'm just saying, you watch this show, you know it comes with it. So, but because I don't feel like talking about her eggs, I don't feel like talking about a man with his receding hairline. So, y'all got anything before we move on to the
balls, right?
Yes.
All I'm gonna say is this: you sound stupid. Trying to have a kid with a person. Well, I guess y'all done said you loved each other now. But at the time you were trying to have a child, y'all didn't even say you loved each other. Y'all barely even knew each other. And you don't want to be in a situation like this Anthony Edwards situation, in this lady who probably gonna wind up on Basketball Wives next season.
That's not funny, but you right. You so right. Lord, you are right. Yeah, I mean, my thing is this. First of all, you said you did your homework, so you know how the fans are. You know what it is. You put that shit out there. You had to know how that was going to look. And I again, every woman has a right to do what they want to do with their body. I 100% agree and support that. However, you can't be mad at people for feeling like, wow, you're going to put your life on the line. You waited 16 years. You're going to put your life on the line. One, because now it's a geriatric pregnancy. Two, because of what happened the first time around. And three, for a man that at the time, like Scotty said, y'all didn't even tell each other that y'all loved each other. Like,
and it wasn't a solid relationship.
That people got an opinion.
And it wasn't a solid relationship either. Y'all weren't even married. Like, y'all just boyfriend and girlfriend, right. And y'all still getting to know each other. Like,
and I didn't remember the first time around, but she said we've been dating for a couple of months now. I was thinking they had been together longer than that. So y'all weren't even together a year when y'all was doing all of this?
Yeah, like it's one thing to fall for a person, because you can fall for a person very quickly. I mean, hell, if I know I could fall in love with you in 1 hour, and that'd be my issue. But the fact of the matter is, even if I do fall in love with your ass in 1 hour, that doesn't mean I'm gonna want to move in with your ass in 2 hours and have a baby with you in the next 12. That doesn't work out that way. So when you talking about having babies and shit with people, it got to make sense. And the person that you with also have to make sense. You have to have a solid foundation, and just being boyfriend and girlfriend and just getting to know each other, that's not a way to have a damn kid. You at least need to be married and solid and secure. Their relationship was not secure. Y'all barely knew each other.
All I got for Bose is this.
And with that, now we're going to get into where, you and I was about to sow. Garcelle, I'm sorry. So Bose lets us. So again, Bose watched this season back. Well, the seasons back. We don't know how far back she went.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that she met with Garcelle. So you wasn't really feeling Garcelle and featuring her for a hot minute of this season, but you met with the only black woman on this cast to get the download. because here's what happened. Because Andy asked her about, this unlikely friendship. And rather than her just talk about the friendship, this is when she lied Garcelle. Well, I met with Garcelle before the season, and she wouldn't share anything, any of her opinions about the girls because she wanted me to gain my own opinions and experiences, which is a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Whereas I don't want you to go in with how I feel about these people. So you have her being genuine with you, but okay, anyway. So on the after show, Bose is caught saying that Sutton and Garcelle are jealous. And then Garcelle says that she was only annoyed at Oceanside when they were having a convo to themselves for an hour. Garcelle is happy that, Dorit found a friend in Bose that was shady. And Bose says that she is upset that they thought that she was being manipulated. And if you think there was anything she can say to influence how I see you, then that means you don't think much of yourself. My thing is this. How the hell did all this come to Garcelle? Because they even had mentioned
Kyle.
Exactly, Kyle saying stuff, but it was only Garcelle that caught all the strays, which further lets me know, y'all asses sat down and y'all playing this shit, because when Kyle said what she said about Bose, they never addressed that. Bose only wanted to address the black woman on the other couch.
I'm gonna say this real quick. So Sutton and Garcelle supposed to be jealous of a broad with a fake ass accent and a woman with a thick ass wig. Is that what we jealous of? Okay, Bose. I see you. But I get y'all's point about the plan. This is why I see it. Because you met with Garcelle before the season started. She told you to get to know the girls. But when you get to that first event, you make a beeline for Dorit. Why was that? You didn't talk to anybody else but Dorit. Mighty convenient. So, back to the middle fingers to Bose, because if you feel a way about people having opinions about you, then go to hell, because a lot of people had genuine concern about you, but now leaving this season, I don't give not one flying fuck about you. So when they turn on you next season, congratulations, you're an idiot.
So I agree with everything you said, y'all, as far as why when they showed that montage, they showed that everybody except for Erika, everybody made a statement about, including Kathy, I think, about Dorit being up Bose's ass. Like, I feel like all of them said something. So I'm with you. Why did it seem like, because again, editing is a motherfucker, but why did it seem like your energy was at that side of the couch? Like, that's where you were looking. That's who you were looking at. And it just seemed like that's where your energy was. So I agree. And in that moment, I said this on my review last night, it was at that moment that you saw it on Garcelle's face. She was done.
Mm-hmm.
She was pissed. And she was done. You notice the rest of the time, she was like, okay, all right. Okay. Like, and I felt it because I would have felt the same way. Like, the fuck? Like, where is that coming from? That means that's you have a problem with what? Like, the fuck is all that about?
Whew, okay. And I had even put in my notes right here, right after that, is why is only Garcelle getting all the smoke and not Sutton and Kyle? But we already talked about it. Right. But again, all of these things were confirming for me, one, somebody being a plant, but two, oh no, y'all came in strategically, because my thing is I'm trying to figure out, why is it that they all wanted to come for Garcelle? Is it because y'all wanted her to give y'all an angry black woman moment? Or is it that y'all were trying to set her up for next season? Did y'all purposely try to get her off the show so y'all could easily fuck with Sutton? I don't know the angle.
So I got a quick question, because I can't remember. Didn't Kyle allude to Bose being like a puppet or something in her interview towards Dorit?
I believe
she said something about a puppet. Yeah. Somebody said something about a puppet.
Because I know Garcelle was just basically like, why is she, always so, why are they so close and stuff? But I feel like Kyle called her damn near called her a puppet, but you got smoke and energy for Garcelle. And it's also interesting to me, I didn't watch the after show, but I saw clips of the after show. She had so much smoke in the after show for Garcelle and Sutton. But this season, you ain't never really see either one of them just go at her.
That was something that they planned. They had a group text and they said, "Y'all, we at this reunion, we coming for Garcelle ass. We sick of her. We want her gone."
And you can see that Garcelle caught on to that. She was like,
"Yeah, she knew. She knew that she wasn't a part of the group text."
Yeah, she was like, "Wait a minute, they coming at me, but this bitch right here beside me had everything to say about everybody." She got into it with 1, 2, 3.
But y'all only focused on me. Like,
I'm sorry. No, we gonna get to that other one because the way that Kyle for to wear your ass out next season, son. Oh, it's gonna be brutal. But okay.
Oh yeah, and that's another reason why I'm glad because Garcelle was like, "Deuces, you deal with it. Since that's who you want, that's your friend, that's who you worried about. Go ahead, go ahead."
So speaking of Garcelle, we get her package. I find it to be funny that we saw nothing about her sons, especially Jax, in the package because, or what? Yeah, I think it's Jax. I get the twins mixed up, but the one doing the modeling, we saw nothing about that. We saw nothing about Oliver because she did for a second time bring up his addiction, but she really went into explicit detail. We ain't see nothing about that, but we got her package. Erika said she wanted Sutton and Garcelle to open up. Garcelle, doesn't know what else to show. She's like, I've showed y'all everything. Like I don't know what else you want from me. And even with that, like, I'm not having sex. I'm not doing this. Like, what do you want? And Erika wishes that she was more interested. Now, Garcelle, though, you was frustrated. Now, you said everything at the end of the episode in your dressing room, but she was like, that's a shitty thing to say, Erika. Garcelle, you please don't make me laugh.
Can I say something, please?
Go right ahead.
Fuck you, Erika Girardi.
Can I say something next? Come from Rita.
Really quick, but before you do, all I'm going to say is this, because I know. I just want to say, because I know, I believe Erika at some point had mentioned something about Garcelle's home. But if memory serves me correctly, Garcelle built 2 homes out of her own pocket while you sitting here riding on some old ass motherfucker's dick to sit here and pay for this little shack that your motherfucking ass living in. You can't compete where you don't compare, ma'am. Unlike you, she came on this show with a name, leaving still with that name and with more opportunities when she came on. You came in as the name of your husband, and now that name don't mean nothing, and you barely have anything to show for your career. Where is that? You barely was on Broadway. Kudos, you got a song that was in an Oscar nominated movie, whatever. But again, you are no Garcelle. Move it.
And you need this show to be relevant because Garcelle doesn't need the show to be relevant. Garcelle is the reason why I even attempted to watch this damn show. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be having this panel. I wouldn't even be reviewing the show. Only reason why I tried to watch it, and keyword tried to watch it, is because Garcelle was on the damn show. Like, please, like, no one cares about Erika or that thin Charmin Ultra ass voice that she got. No one cares. At the end of the day, they're all haters, and we already knew Garcelle before she came along. Just like, unfortunately, we knew Val and Kim before they well, not Kim. I ain't gonna say unfortunately for her.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we knew Val Richards before she came on this show. But otherwise, the rest of y'all need this show to stay relevant because who the fuck is a poor reet? We don't know you. Like, girl, bye. And I don't know why every time I say something, really keep on covering up her damn face.
Because you are in rare form tonight. Because first of all, what's funny is you halfway ass paying attention. And again, I'm not saying that with shade. I'm just saying we know. But then it's like when you tap in, you be on it. I be like, this nigga wasn't even paying attention. But you tap in and be like, and and another thing, and another thing, and then you go right on back.
I'm here to do my job, so I won't get fined, like I said.
So, JB, you said there was something that you wanted to say. Go ahead, sir.
So, for Erika to want, something interesting from Sutton and Garcelle. Well, I want something interesting from you. 3 things. So next season, if you're asked to come back, I want you to bring the dick that you're writing to fund your lifestyle. I want you to bring that on there next season. Let us see that old bastard.
Never
Oh,
gonna
not
get
that
it,
old
never gonna
bastard.
get it,
Not
never
the
gonna
old
get it,
bastard.
never gonna get
Not
it.
the old bastard.
And I want you to address these lawsuits that you got going against you currently, because you got 2 lawsuits pending against you. So let's talk about those next
We got a
season.
trial starting in June, child.
Let's talk about all those lawsuits, Erika. And Garcelle has been interesting in the 90s. I remember her from the Jamie Foxx show. What were you doing in the 90s?
He was
You were
fancy.
sliding on
That's how I
Tom's
was
dick in
doing.
the 90s trying to
She was
get a
on
hit.
that pole.
Yeah, you were sliding on Tom's dick.
She was on that pole.
JB. She was embodying K. Michelle saying, "I'ma fuck you like I'm trying to pay bills. Georgia Power, cable bill, babysitter. Tonight you will."
So yeah, when Garcelle had a career in the 90s, you didn't have a career. You were sitting on your old husband's dick trying to get a career.
Not
And
old
then,
husband.
when you did get the career, it's still your music still sucked. And he couldn't even, he couldn't help you even get a Grammy, couldn't get you nowhere. And Broadway,
But you,
congratulations for being on
Peace, you
Broadway.
right. She about to lose to Marco.
Yeah. And so, yeah,
I'm
and
sorry, boo.
then
I
with this
thought you were
Broadway
done. My
career,
bad. I know you still
congratulations to
reading.
you.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, congratulations to you to Broadway. But, Broadway will take anybody from reality TV these days. So good luck to you. Have fun.
So Kyle says that she was showing her life for so long. I see the super chat. And you said many times, why isn't Kyle showing more? Kyle, let's be clear. You showed Kim's life for so long.
And stole
Not
her
yours.
goddamn house.
Okay. And Garcelle mentions, okay, last year Morgan was a part of the show. Now we have to pretend like it didn't happen. And Cal says she didn't sign up for the show. Cal, yes, she did, because in order for her to film last year, she had to sign a waiver to be on this show, which means she did sign up for this. And said this caused anxiety, and I respected that. And this is the part where Garcelle, you should have hopped your ass up and pimp smacked the fuck out of Cal when she said your son didn't want to be a part of the show. Right then, that would have been it. It would have been up and stuck. Like, what did you say?
Exactly.
I'm gonna pause right there before I finish. I do want to read this super chat. Thank you so much. Peace to Mateo, Erica. I finished. It's up here. Was sliding on that pole with Mia in the 90s. Oh, I should have read it before I read it out.
Slide on the pole with Mia.
So before we continue, anybody got anything to say?
Go ahead, Ruby.
Yeah, no, all I was gonna say was, again, Kyle, see, this is what really went down. What really went down was last season, your storyline was gonna be your coming out story, and something spooked you away from it. I don't know if the kids talked you out of it. I don't know if your sponsors called you. I don't know if Kathy told your ass you better not do it. I don't know what spooked you, but you set up all of last season to be your big coming out. With the whole Morgan video, with Morgan filming, y'all getting tattoos, with you being so mean to Mauricio. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to pretend like you wasn't treating Mauricio like some shit last year. He was just trying to be nice to your ass and take you on trips and shit. And you was like, why is he here? I just don't want him touching me. Ugh, I just don't like it even when he touches me. We're not going to say and act like all that didn't happen last season. And now you come back this season, mysteriously, Morgan's gone. Now all of a sudden you don't know. I don't know what's going on with me and Mauricio. I mean, oh my God, it was good. Girl, you did it. You did it. So stop sitting here and acting like you don't know what happened and how we got here. And I'm gonna wait till we get to the next part because I know what happened. But yeah, girl, go ahead, JB.
She straight up lied about that Morgan bullshit. Morgan
Morgan
had anxiety. Okay, whatever, Kyle. That's some bullshit. Like Briley said, last season was supposed to be your coming out story. Something happened. It was probably your crazy ass, kooky ass, eccentric ass sister Kathy that said something to you.
Pretend kooky. Pretend.
Yeah, let's pretend. But Kathy probably said something to you.
Because, baby, when they showed that clip with Lisa Rinna from last season, when Kathy went in on Lisa, or not last, the season before that, I said, oh, see, that's the real Kathy Hilton right there. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see what was I watching when they showed that clip of Kathy Hilton digging into Lisa Rinna's ass? I said that's the real Kathy Hilton.
I mean, she dug into her ass at the reunion. Like she got her ass together at that reunion. Like,
yeah, that was at the reunion when she was like,
you are a bully in Hollywood, and everybody
knows it.
Yes.
With it sipping on that cheap ass water.
She tore her ass up at that reunion. Tore her ass up, and that's it. That's the real Kathy Hilton. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was on my
Scotty's.
I think this might be for you, Scotty.
Yeah, it was on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Now
it was on Scotty's channel.
Whose channel is it on this week, by the way? Yours or Really Be? Okay, Really Be.
It's on my channel, but I can't do it until Sunday.
Okay, I'm like, what
I'm going out of town.
Okay.
I won't be back until Saturday night.
All right, so
it'll be on my channel, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it on Sunday.
Are we gonna do it at the same time or?
All right, so I'm finna bring this up. 'Cause I think this is probably what Really Be was waiting for. But
let me know what works for you.
Kyle says that she talked to Garcelle off camera. Garcelle said all the things. Says all these things to your. So I put in my notes. Garcelle said all these things you keep coming at her for to your face. You said all the stuff that you wanted to say in your interview and after shows. Garcelle says she never shared anything that you said in private, but then asks, why would you come to me off camera, though, to have this discussion? And she said, because I thought you were a friend. Lie. Sutton says, that, well, she was just trying to protect Morgan. And Garcelle was like, no, what you said is that was a chess move. And then Kyle says, you're all a bunch of mean girls. Now, I'm going to let y'all go. Come on.
Kyle is the last person to talk about anybody being a mean girl. Y'all
been a mean girl. Bow Kyle.
Y'all been doing that shit for years. So the hypocrisy. But I thought it was funny that she clocked Sutton. So like, Sutton, that is not what the fuck you said. But see, I've been saying it for a long time. I know people love Sutton and go up for Sutton. Only time I've ever really gone up for Sutton was when she was coming at Erika. But outside of that, I saw Sutton for a snake. And because I mean, look at her. You sitting up here still trying to kiss Kyle's ass, but throwing your friend who always has your back under the bus. Like, Garcelle, if you don't stop fucking with Sutton, then there's something you gotta talk. Cause Sutton, hell no. You gonna sit there and literally lie?
Come on, Really Be, baby. Come on. I know you got something for us. Come on.
Well, first of all, I think it's important for us to understand that Garcelle asked Sutton, what did you say? And Sutton squirmed a little bit and then was like, well, I just think that, Kyle is trying to protect Morgan. And baby Garcelle was like, that is not what you said. And the only reason why I say I think that's important is because she was that was her saying, Sutton have my back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were there, you were a part of that conversation, and you had an opinion. Why is this all coming on me? And Sutton tried to distance herself. And then, Garcelle threw her under the bus. Now, I will say this. I do think there was a reason why Garcelle was trying to bring it up on camera. Because, again, if she did come to you off camera, now what I think she told her off camera was, yes, y'all are right. Me and Morgan are in a relationship. Yes, I am exploring my sexuality, but no, we've decided we're not going to bring that on camera for whatever their reason was. But I absolutely believe that was the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question for me is, Garcelle, why did you feel the need to say it on camera? Like, why did you bring it up on camera? If Kyle said, listen, please, I'm not bringing this up on camera, you were really going out of your way to try and bring it up on camera. And I do have to side eye Garcelle on that, because it's like, granted, you and Kyle are not friends. I get that. But all of y'all, I'm sure, have made those comments like, all right, we ain't gonna bring this up on camera. All of y'all have done that, I'm sure. So I do have to still kind of be like, okay, Garcelle, why were you so pressed to bring it up on camera? Even after she asked y'all not to, the only thing I can think of is maybe Kyle did something to piss her ass off and she was being shady. Now I'm gonna be honest, and that's my opinion. But yeah, I just think that was some bullshit and Sutton, that was fucked up. You left your friend hanging yet again when you had every opportunity to have her back and you chose not to. And in that moment, that is when I think Garcelle knew she was by herself. I think at that point she had already figured out that she was the target, and at that point she figured out, and I'm all alone.
Mm-hmm. I will also piggyback and say, I think Garcelle bring it up. I don't think it was malicious. I feel like her saying, especially her saying that Chuck E. Cheese, if you want to be a lesbian, Kyle, be a lesbian. I think she was just basically saying to Kyle, like, girls, fuck what people say, fuck what people think, live your life and just do whatever you want to do. Don't worry about what people say. I think that could be where Garcelle was coming from, instead of just but Kyle took it as she was being messy. I mean,
but again, if I confided
yes.
in you that if I confided in you that I was engaging in a lesbian relationship, but I didn't want you to bring it up, even you saying it's okay to be who you are, really be, would still piss me off.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck? Why are we talking about it? You know what I'm saying? I just,
I'm gonna get it.
I mean, but we're not finna sit here and act like Kyle hasn't been doing that for years. Because when I tell you that a plethora of stuff has come out about her online in the blogs and everything, and it's just interesting how every season none of this comes up. I mean, again, something must have happened that pissed Garcelle off, whatever. But okay, cool. But yes, the Chuck E. Cheese thing did happen. She was called an a-hole by Kyle. Sutton claims that, she was respecting Kyle's wishes. Kyle harps on the boat thing. And one thing that Kyle does that I don't like, and some people will do, is they'll pick one thing and they just want to stay there. No matter what points you make, they want to come back to this one, because they know that if we continue down, you're going to sit here and blow me out the water. So I just want to stay right here. And, it's mad because, like, y'all are nailing me to the wall. It hurt me. And Garcelle was still being a class act, saying, okay, I'm sorry for that. Dorit, hold on, wait.
I still don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I still don't understand why people, and again, I think it's people choosing to not understand. Garcelle never said, I felt like you didn't have Sutton's back. What Garcelle said was Sutton was more hurt by you not having her back than me and Jennifer Tilly. You keep bringing up, well, nobody said anything. You're missing the point. That's what she's saying. She is saying, yeah, I didn't say anything. Jennifer Tilly didn't say anything, but she's more upset by you. And when Kyle was like, why? Garcelle was like, you got to ask her. I am just the messenger here. And it pissed me off because I'm like, Kyle, you're choosing to not understand. Because again, it ain't complicated what she said. You're choosing to not understand what this woman is saying to you. She's not saying I agree or disagree. She's just simply telling you she said that. I didn't say that shit.
That's what pissed me off more than anything. It's not even Kyle. It was Sutton.
Doug said we need 21 likes, please and thank you.
It's like you sitting right in between both of these ladies. That's my problem with Sutton. Sutton, speak up and say something. Be like, yeah. Because that goes back to the finale when they were mad at Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly. Actually, Erika, when she was trying to come at them about what was said. It's like, Sutton, speak up. Say something. Defend your, like, that's what Garcelle is saying. I want you, you're my friend. I defend you even when I don't have to. But I defend you because that's what friends do. And then you don't do it for her. She just sitting over here. You got all these girls, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and Tweedledummer jumping on her.
I feel like if it's because I'm the type of person that's like this, because I'm all for defending my friends as well. Everybody knows that. But I'm a person that's like this. If it's just one person on your ass, then okay, you grown, you can handle that. But if it's like 2-3 folks attacking you at one time, I'm not finna have all y'all like going in on one person. Like, no. And Sutton is looking like a damn not on a log. And I understand where Garcelle coming from. Like, girl, I take up for you all the time, even when I ain't gotta take up for you. I always take up for you.
Mhm.
Just have my back the same way you. Just it's mainly about
Exactly.
reciprocating the energy that I give you. Have my
Mhm.
back the same way I always have your back, because that's gonna look
Absolutely.
like a lopsided situation in a one-sided friendship, and nobody wants neither one of those. So have my back like I got yours.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's one side. It's like, I don't want to really bring them up because this ain't even a show, but it's like a Porsche and Shamia thing. Like, I'm always having your back, but when it's time for you to have mine, you ain't got my back. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that we have all been through situations where we have friends that we always stand up for, always defend all the time. But when it's their turn to defend you or have your back, they don't have the same energy. And whenever I see a person not having that same energy towards me, I falls the fuck back. And I might not even stop being your friend, but the energy would never, it's
You
not gonna
move
be the
different.
same.
You
Yes,
move different.
yes, I
Mhm.
move completely different when I see somebody not reciprocating the energy that I give them. If I'm always throwing myself in the line of fire for you and you don't do it for me, then that's gonna let me know, okay, bitch, we ain't friends the way I think that we are. So I'm gonna still be cool with you, but I'm not gonna handle you the same way I normally do. I'm finna stick to the back and I'm gonna watch everybody pick pack your ass like a damn chicken all damn day and see how you like it when I don't take up for your ass. And that's really the energy that I give people. Like, at the end of the day, if I watch you not defending me the same way I do for you, then don't expect me to do the same thing. It kind of reminds me, I don't know if y'all remember this, but this was on Housewives of Atlanta, season 8, when Candy was pregnant. And they was at Cynthia's event, and this was when her and Porsha first started having issues. And she said to Porsha, all I'm saying that it came back that you was talking shit. And I'm just gonna tell you this: don't expect anything extra from me. No extra push, no extra shit from me, no more. And I am with that.
Mhm.
I am with all of that. If you ain't gonna give me what I give you, then don't expect me to keep giving it to you. And then what's crazy about people like that is that when you stop giving them that same extra push that you normally give them, and you stop doing it after you see how they move, then they want to be mad with you. Because they ain't getting that energy no more. That don't make sense.
But I will say that as people, we need to be cautious that we do that. And we have to check our biases and our expectations at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like, you holding the door for somebody and they don't say thank you.
Right.
And you getting mad. Nobody told you to hold the door for that person anyway. So you're doing something with an expectation attached to it. Not, again, this is not me defending Sutton, no way. But I'm just saying, for us, we have to kind of like be mindful of those things and put a cap on that. But Scotty, you are right. People will get accustomed to you doing that for so long. And then when you just stop doing it because there's no reciprocity, then that ain't they feelings and that ain't big man for no damn reason. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like,
what happened to Sutton. Like, with Garcelle not being on next season, and if Sutton stays, girl, they gonna
she ain't gonna have that extra push no more that she had, because Garcelle was her extra push. She had somebody that was gonna hold her down every single time with those women. Now that Garcelle is not there, who's gonna do that? Because I don't see Jennifer Tilly taking up for you like that.
Child, Jennifer Tilly might not even be back next season, child. She was a friend of the show.
Quiet as
And like you said, and if she does come back, I don't think she would want a full-time role, which means she might be around, she might not be around.
might be in
So
a
yeah,
limited
you're right.
capacity.
Jennifer Tilly. Right.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So when Kyle was talking about the whole boat thing with Garcelle, you have Dorit saying, "This is why I gravitated towards Bose, because she's real and I can trust her." Now, maybe it's just me, but I don't see where the transition came in at, because all of a sudden Andy brings up the break-in. And I'm just like, oh, Andy, you shady son of a mother. You what? Because I didn't see how we got there. Maybe it was editing. And Garcelle says, I'm not going to address this again, but I do feel that it was a setup. Dorit says there is no proof, yet you said it. And he's like, okay, well, the robber did put your cell phone down in the grass. You know. And Garcelle mentions that you even said you didn't put on your alarm because your kids were running around, which is why you didn't do it. It didn't sound right. Dorit says, that you pretty much insinuated in that scene that it was PK. Garcelle is visibly pissed, says that she did not say that it was PK, and said y'all roll them tapes, and that was more or less for our edification, not theirs. And then Bose says that it's a difficult thing to say with no proof, and it's really terrible. What y'all got? Because after this, they go to lunch, and Garcelle. But before we get to her being on lunch, what y'all got to say?
This was a crock of bullshit because
I agree. I don't know if it was editing. I'm sorry, Boo. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a crock of bullshit because here's the thing. Like Andy even said it. The robber left the phone at the gate. I don't know anybody that's gonna rob you and leave your phone for you to go get it. You can report them, like you can call the police. Like I don't know anybody that's gonna do that. And then for Dorit said, who else agree with you? The 4 people on Twitter? No. Pretty much the whole fandom agrees that this is fishy. And Garcelle never said, she never implied that it was PK. She said someone knows. That could be anybody. Y'all got housekeepers, don't you? Like she's basically saying this could be an inside job. But Dorit wants
exactly.
Dorit wants to take this and be so upset about it. And then the clown over there, I want her to just shut the fuck up. Like, ma'am, shut up.
Yeah, because nobody asked her. Like, she didn't need to add her 2 cents at all.
Like, she pissed me off. That's what really pissed me off was the clown interjecting. It's like, okay, go get your things that you need to juggle with. Juggle Dorit's balls, do whatever you got to do. But you look like a fool. I can't wait for these bitches to turn on. I really cannot wait for them to turn on Bose.
So I feel the same way. I feel like I do think it was some editing because clearly we missed the segue, but there had to have been one. But I agree. Well, first of all, shout out to Garcelle for standing 10 toes down in it. She was like, it was my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. It was my opinion. So like, shout out to Bose to Garcelle for standing in it and not allowing them to beat her into submission, which is what they were trying to do. They were trying to beat her into an apology or something like that. And she was like, no, I said it. I felt that way. But here's where I got pissed off once again. Everybody on that stage, including Erika this time, said something or had a side eye about that fucking break-in, including Sutton. And once again, Sutton, you could have said something because you had questions too, because we saw it on camera. And hell, even your own husband seemed to have some questions because he thought your whole PTSD was a bit much. So even your own husband didn't seem to feel like your reaction was appropriate. I'm not saying that means that he knew it was fake or whatever, but like you said, y'all, it could have been the nanny. It could have been anybody. All Garcelle was saying was somebody knew. That didn't automatically mean it had to be your husband. It could have been anybody on your staff. They have inside jobs all the fucking time. And like they said, you weren't supposed to be there that night. So it's easy to assume that maybe it could have been your housekeeper that knew you were out of town. It could have been your nanny that knew you were out of town. You came home a day early. You didn't necessarily call your housekeeper to say, I'm home a day early. Maybe they had already set that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, and the housekeeper would have the code to the alarm. Like, there would be things that. So that's all Garcelle was saying. So for you to just automatically jump and be like, oh, it had to be PK. Once again, now side-eyeing your... Well, I already think it's a setup. So you can add me to the list with Garcelle because I already... And it's my opinion. That's how I feel.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Well, if they did cut it out based off of what Bose said and all that other stuff, it's going to piss me off because Bravo has been showing us a lot of stuff in trailers and we never get to see it materialize.
Right.
So I hope that's not the case. But even with Bose having so much to say, you're not beating the allegations. And a lot of people even said that I did hear some people say when the season started that some people clocked Bose before she started. Whereas if you were a woman in corporate America and you made it to where you made it to, and you were probably one of the few black women in the room, you probably were the token, and you probably sacrificed who you needed to elevate.
Mm.
And she's not beating that allegation
Well,
right
I heard
here,
that Bose was not a girl's girl. That Bose, the same thing we're seeing her do, she did the same thing in corporate America. That she was not a girl's girl, and she was not there she wasn't there for the ladies. Now that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you that's what they said. That she was the same way in corporate America. That she made a lot of enemies among the women, especially women of color. Now that's what I heard.
Well,
I don't know if it's true.
That's what it's giving, though. That's what it's giving.
Oh, it's definitely giving it. It's definitely giving it.
Because I believe every solitary word of it, as T would say.
Yeah, I believe it. Because I mean, look at the way she's coming at Garcelle.
Now Sutton.
Or even going back to the party, because I'm sorry, y'all. Were y'all shocked to find out that she reached out to Garcelle? Because she never even implied that she knew Garcelle. And certainly knew her well enough to reach out to her. So now it's again, it further made me feel like, so you reached out. So you felt comfortable enough to reach out to Garcelle, to take her to lunch, to say, hey girl, give me the tea. But when it was time to film, and again, they might have thrown all those scenes away, which I doubt. But when it came time to film, we only saw one-on-one scene with you and Garcelle the whole season. You immediately beelined to Dorit, and even at Sutton's party, we never got any sort of nothing. And again, maybe they didn't have to tell us that they met before the season, but there was. I mean, they saw each other and kind of did the hey girl, but we thought that was just when it's two black people in a room and you do the we didn't know there was anything more to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gives her a performative from Bose because she met with Garcelle before the season started, but then you come into the season a different way, and now you leave in the season a different way. And then even in interviews leading up to the reunion, people asking her questions about Garcelle. She's like, oh, that's another black woman. I don't want to go against her. If there's anything between me and her, I want us to have the conversation off screen.
But you ain't had no problem doing it on TV though, at the reunion for everybody to see. The fuck?
So y'all, we are at the end. So they break for lunch, and Sutton says to Kyle she feels everyone hates her and she wants to cry. Now, SpongeBob, you SpongeBob, brick built, Minecraft looking built ass bitch. What the fuck we not finna do? No, because this is what we not finna do. Your ass didn't say half for nothing when you set your ass on that motherfucker stage, but now you feel that everybody hates you. The motherfucker that hates you is the person that you sitting here talking to, because she about to wear your ass out to know that you said that she made a motherfucking chess move. You gonna let your friend who been defending you, taking all these motherfucking bullets for you, just walk the fuck off stage, but you gonna stand there and you go carrying yourself, you gonna make this about you. I feel like everybody hates me. Ain't nobody said shit to or about you.
Right.
By the time we got to this point, when I tell you I'm so through with fucking Sutton, I was going, and here's the thing, I had every intent on wearing my name. I do like my name on shirt. I ain't even gonna lie, I still like that shirt. But I ain't been wearing it. I ain't been wearing for the rest of this damn reunion, because I'm serious, that shit pissed me off. And then she went back there to go see Garcelle, and she doesn't feel great. And I'm sorry, Garcelle doesn't feel great. Damn if she do, damn if she don't. And she said she will not tiptoe, even though you were for a second. And then she was like, and what, Erika says that, I'm not interested, whatever. Oh, I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a rich husband. Someone's like, well, she don't have a rich husband either. And then that's when we got to fuck her. I'm like, Garcelle, you should have had that energy on stage, but I understand why you don't want to give them that.
She kind of did.
An angry black woman, I think.
She kind of did.
Okay.
Because even when she told Erika that was a shitty thing to say, I think she kind of gave it like, I don't think Erika was expecting that response. the Botox wouldn't let Erika respond, but I think that definitely shocked her. The Erika, that's a shitty thing to say. I think that definitely shocked her. I definitely think that. I don't think she was ready.
I'm still mad at Sutton and SpongeBob built ass. I'm still mad. Like, okay, so I'm the only one that's mad. Okay, so I'm the only one y'all mad with Sutton.
I'm not saying it for Sutton.
I'm not saying I'm not mad at Sutton. Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm not shocked when it comes to Sutton.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was fucked up what Sutton did. You know what I mean? But I'm not. Again, after the way Sutton acted the last episode, I'm not shocked, and I think Garcelle again. I don't think Garcelle expected everybody to come for her the way that happened, but I also think that Garcelle was not shocked that Sutton didn't have her back. I think it hurt her, but I don't think she was shocked by it.
It's like what Garcelle when she said when she walked to her trade, she was like, "Wow, I thought it was gonna be Sutton that was gonna be in a hot seat, but it's me. They can go fuck themselves." Which I agree with her. They can go fuck themselves. That's why Dorit almost tripped when she walked out there. That's why Dorit almost tripped in them heels. Should have failed.
Sure did. I wish she had fallen. Shut up, Chris.
Me too, because God don't like ugly.
Let me not say that, but I really,
Won't he do it, Erika?
Ha! Won't he do it?
Now, I mean, like I said, it seems like we are going to get a more activated Garcelle. Again, I'm happy that she was able to leave on her own accord, but part of me does believe that they had to have done a last minute edit on this reunion when she did announce that she was leaving. Because if we go back, remember last week when I asked y'all, what is it me? Or when they do the wrap-ups, how the girls normally say their little piece, then we get the little flash of what they have going on. I watched it back. They did not do Garcelle.
Oh, you mean like when they do their interviews? When
they
talk
did
about
do Garcelle.
At the very end, Garcelle had said something right before they did the whole carnival thing, and then all of a sudden, you had her little placard of what she had in the grandbaby and everything else.
But the rest of the ladies didn't do a voiceover either.
They did. I rewatched it.
Erika didn't do one. I know for a fact Erika didn't do one because I saw
it. Okay. Well, Erika had the whole damn ending.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so you went back and watched. You mean to tell me everybody else did a voiceover?
Yes.
No, they didn't. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. They did not.
Okay, all right.
Because they never do the voiceovers.
Okay, but I still feel with her leaving, I feel like that's why we got this version of the reunion that we got, especially with that weird transition into the whole break-in thing. It's a lot that's missing, and I think you even said maybe it was edited to show why Garcelle probably quit the show.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do think that we're definitely understanding, and I think they took stuff out for the essence of time, because again, that transition was just weird as fuck. Like it was like first of all, yeah, that transition was just weird as hell. So it had to be something said. Somebody said something. Something had to be said. But I'll go back and watch it. If I'm wrong, I apologize ahead of time. But I know they didn't do Erika. But I don't remember them doing anybody else's.
I don't remember that.
Because I don't remember hearing Bose's voice talking about getting her and Keely. I don't remember hearing Kyle's voice talking about her and Marie. I don't remember hearing anybody else's voice.
Okay.
But but again, if I'm wrong, I apologize ahead of time if I'm wrong.
So, any closing statements on part one of the? Because I'll be honest with you, they could have kept half of this reunion, half of this episode.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it ain't like they had much to talk about anyway.
No.
And that's what I was gonna say. And I mean, to be fair, as much as like I'm Team Garcelle 100%, but we're not gonna sit here and pretend like Garcelle had the most interesting season. She didn't. Mm-hmm. But like she said, I'm giving you my life. It's just I'm at a point in my life where I don't have a lot of drama. And unfortunately, we've seen Garcelle try to date. We've seen her, date. We've seen her meet guys. She tried to have her sons on there. Y'all racist motherfuckers ran them off the show. So They not on the show anymore. Like, she tried to bring y'all something. She brought her oldest son on the show. Y'all had a bunch of shit to say about him, so he took his ass over to Vegas and got him a good ass job working for Vanderpump. Like, she's bought things on the show. Y'all just ain't appreciated them. And Erica, if it wasn't for the fact that your husband was out here stealing money and breaking laws and shit, you wouldn't have shit to talk about. Okay, Dorit. If it wasn't for the fact that PK left your ass, you wouldn't have had shit to talk about. Because your whole storyline was your husband leaving you. Because we ain't going to talk about them fake ass wedding dresses and that bullshit ass bathing suit line. Okay? Kyle, child, this is going to throw Kyle ass out the window. And Kathy, they just show you putting on facial cream. Like, no. So, like, we're not going to sit here and act like everybody had this blockbuster season. Because they didn't. I mean, Erica... Again, you decorated a fucking pool house that you don't even own for the whole season. The whole season.
At least what Garcelle did was more interesting than that.
Garcelle is producing whole movies and shit. Like, she's working. Sorry, not sorry. She's a fucking working actress. That's more than we can say for the rest of y'all.
So anyway,
I'm sorry. I was about to keep going. My bad. Okay, go ahead.
So I guess we can go around the room and tell everybody what y'all got going on. Because I mean, that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the audience, we really could have cut this off at an hour. We really just stretched this out an extra 27 minutes if y'all really want to be honest. Okay. But JB, tell the people what you all have going on, and make sure you plug the fact that the three of y'all have another spinoff panel that y'all do. Make sure you let them know. Okay.
Yes, so I have Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sundays. Thank God Baddies is finally over. I got a reunion to get through, and once that's over, I am gonna praise the Lord. And then Married to Medicine, don't that wrap up this week? Thank God.
This is the last week for Married to Medicine too.
Oh, thank God. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them heifers. And then we got Beverly Hills, which I'm hosting the panel next week. Fuck. Why? I host the panel next week. I don't want to, but I'll be here.
Come on.
And then I do Abbott Elementary. What else? And then which I did Chasing Dallas last week, but my audio was so terrible, so I said fuck that review and didn't put it up. And then
the people was in my DMs, child. Lord have mercy. Damn.
See, I put it on my community tab, and then too many people bothered me about it. So I'm like, thank God. But the episode was 30 minutes, and I was like, it was ghetto as fuck too. It was a ghetto ass episode, but neither here nor there. And then Love After Lockup, y'all know I do that. Raising Canaan, and then we got the Beyond the Gates panel with me, Really B, and Scotty. And this week I will be on camera because I'm at home this week.
Start being fast out in them streets, honey.
Both of y'all, you said something in Scotty's face.
My face ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Yes.
I promise you don't.
I saw that shady look on your face.
I just received a text message that just pissed me the fuck off.
Oh Lord. Okay, Scotty.
Okay,
so Really B, what do you have going on?
Why you skip Scotty?
We just gonna do it this way.
Okay. No problem. Okay. No problem. So Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine for 1 more week, Beverly Hills for 2 more weeks, Raising Canaan, Beyond the Gates, with Really B, with Scotty and JB. Myself and Shade in the City, we are going to do Never Ever Meets and Love and Marriage Detroit as a joint review. So that'll be, both of those come back this weekend. So I'm not sure when we're going to do it. Probably on Sunday. Not sure what time right now because I got to schedule Beyond the Gates first. That'll be my first priority. And child, y'all got me doing this damn Love After Lockup, honey. Child. But it is ghetto. So that's my guilt. I guess that's my guilty pleasure, child. Because that damn them people down to the Love After Lockup.
Oh, if I saw that wig you were talking about this past weekend. Oh, that shit was lifted and crunchy.
And again, I'm not giving. People was like, "Well, it's hot in Texas." She live in Texas,
it is hot.
But she lives there. She know how hot it is.
I'm about to say we live. It's hot.
You leave the house prepared. You listen. You live in Texas. You leave the house prepared for that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Don't nobody leave. I mean, it's always hot in Texas.
That's what I'm saying. The fuck?
That shit
always hot in Texas. Oh, you're in Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll let you know. I'm going to be in Dallas. I think I already told you that. Never mind. I already told you that.
For Markel's wedding?
Yeah, I already told you that. Never mind. I think it was on my mind because I RSVP and it's like fresh in my mind now. So
okay.
All right.
And Scotty.
Get yourself together.
It's okay, boo.
Our review, Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have the Married to Medicine review. We got one more part to go for this, right?
Married to Medicine, yeah.
I love Hip Hop Atlanta. I skipped Miami this week. I do the Chasing panel with T and the rest of them. We do the Beyond the Gates panel, us three, and I already talked to them about somebody else that I know that wanted to be a part of it already. We'll see how that works out. And
okay, now talk about it.
What else did I have to say? I think is that it? Is that all I do? Of course, this panel, the Whether You Like It or Not, Atlanta panel. And then I think I'm done with one-on-ones for now. The last one that I did was with Jamie, and that was a really good episode.
It was.
It was good.
So I think I'm done with those for now, but the next things that I'm going to be trying to do is probably Who Was Wrong once again, Young, Fresh, and New, and I'm trying my best to dive into my music content, but you know, I'm doing it, but I'm slowly doing it. You know, I'm not just jumping in it. I'm slowly doing it.
I like Who Was Wrong. That's gonna be a good one.
I do too. Did you do Shamia's song?
I have not reviewed her song yet. It's something about reviewing albums versus songs. Like I'd rather review an album than a song. I don't know why, but I think I should review her song. That'd be good. Because I did do Drew's album, so
I still know.
Or what you can do is maybe not just review her song, but maybe do like 3 or 4 other songs, so you can like spread it out and have like a full 10-minute video.
Yeah, because if I just talk about her song, the video probably gonna be number about 5 minutes. Because I'm just talking about the song, you know. So you know. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Ooh, that's about it.
So all that you all need to know is y'all see her. She had to come in at the very end. Don't do that.
Hey, Jasmine.
Don't do that. They talking to you? Oh, rude.
Yeah.
Anyway, all y'all need to know is that the Atlanta panel is gonna be over here on Monday. So with that being said, y'all, that's it. Remarks complete. We love y'all. Thank y'all for showing up, showing out. Bye. I was able to give this to y'all because I know if y'all watched my review last night, I was hella congested. Oh my gosh, it was horrible.
The pollen is extreme right now.
It is. It's all on the ground.
It's a lot going on. But thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. I think we have 125 in here tonight.
Okay.
Again, thank y'all for showing up, showing out.
We have 140 in all.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Yes.
143 actually.
Okay.
But again, make sure that everyone, you know, who is watching, not only, you know, subscribe to everybody up here, but watch us all. We all give great content and watch the other versions of this panel. So with that being said, I will see you all very, very soon. Be safe. If y'all been drinking this Strong Island, because it is strong, make sure y'all call an Uber or Lyft. I ain't paying for that because that's on y'all. And with that being said, see y'all later. Bye. Say bye, Jasmine. You don't want to say bye? Say bye.
She was trying to come over to give you some love.